Welcome to the video tutorial on setting up multi-screen. In this tutorial, I'll demonstrate how to create a configuration where you run the presentation on one or more physical screens. Now keep in mind you can run the same content or you can create different content on each screen, and you can span as many screens as your hardware supports. So with that, let's begin. So here in this example, on the left we have a single PC with 4 video outs. Essentially we're going to create a single scene that's going to be 4320 by 7680. The reason for that is since we have 4 video outs and each video out is essentially set up the screen as 1080 by 1920 since it's vertical. So it's not 1920 by 1080 but instead of 1080 by 1920. If you multiply that by 4, we get the total scene resolution. And again, here in this particular example, it's a PC running SignPlayer, and you can pick Linux, Windows, or Mac, and you'll be able to run separate content on each area using the scene editor. And in the next example, and this is actually what we'll set up today, we have again a single PC with 2 video outs running the SignPlayer. But here, each video out is going to be configured at 3440 by 1440, which is a horizontal setup. If you multiply that by 2, you'll get a single scene that'll have 6880 by 2880 total layout. And in this particular example, we have the content bleeding on both screens, as you can see, the plane. And so this is actually what we'll set up today. And let's go ahead and switch over here to scenes. Click on the plus sign to add a new scene. Give it any name you want. And for the width and the height of the scene, in our example, we're going to do 3440 by 1440. And this is, as I explained earlier, it's going to span over 2 screens using a single computer. Let's go ahead and zoom out so you can definitely see the large area. Now, this tool right here is super useful. And if you click on the guidelines, essentially this will allow you to split the screen. Although these are just guidelines, you don't have to follow the guidelines. It really makes things easier. So for example, if you wanted to split the screen up, now you can see that you have the 2 separate areas. And so we can put content on each area. Or for example, if you wanted to, you can also split it into 4 areas. So essentially you'll have 2 screens, and this will just allow you to easily see where the content splits up. But again, in our case, we'll just use this setup where each screen will run different content. So I'm just going to click on the line to delete it. So let's switch to resources, type SVG, take my sporty car. And you can see that I can put it in whatever screen I want, or I can put it right in the center where it's going to bleed between both screens. Also, I'll do Alt-T to add a text, which is just going to be used as a box. Copy and paste it. Give it a background color. But so now we can easily see where the screen splits up. We can run different content on your screen, but we can also run content that's going to essentially bleed through both screens. Go ahead and save our work. Now, regardless if you're using Windows, Mac, or Linux, you're going to want to go into the advanced properties of your video card, and most video cards that are advanced and support multiple screens will allow you to create some sort of configuration where the entire desktop space on your multi-screen is treated as a single element, essentially single real estate space. So here, for example, in the Intel NUC, you can see that we've set up the entire space to be treated as a single real estate area, just one big desktop. Here, for example, we're looking on the right to the NVIDIA control panel, and on the control panel of NVIDIA, you simply enable the span displays with surround, and so this will treat your entire desktop space as a single area. So here's my very wide screen configuration. Go ahead and press F11 to go into full screen and register our SignPlayer. We'll select the same scene we just worked on and register the player. And here you can see the very large configuration where the car spans multiple screens, and each text, each label actually displays in just one screen. So setting up a multi-screen configuration is straightforward. It really just depends on your video card and how many video outs it supports, and make sure that it has the ability to treat the entire area as a single real estate space. just one very large screen. So going back to the guidelines, although you don't have to use them, you definitely can just look at the resolution right here and just set up content yourself. They do help you understand where your screens get split up. And so if you, for example, wanted to create your own configuration, simply select it, select any type of the layouts, and then you can drag from the top right here and add additional lines for both vertical and horizontal, and create any type of layout that you like. So it will just be easy for you to understand where each screen gets cut off. So I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and thanks for watching.